Hi, this is Geeks Assembled and Audio Heads, actually. And hello to our viewer on Audio Heads. I'm really grateful uh, for Lisa Bowerman to watch us again. I'm so grateful. And this one, she's part of the crew.
Hmm.
And this one that we're reviewing today was written by Nigel Fairs,
Whereas,
Fairs, and called uh it's called Cruel Immortality, and it's Sapphire and Steel. Weird as that is, it's Sapphire and Steel,
mm,
and it is part of the second series, and this would be the fourth story. And we have reviewed a few of these, well, three to be honest. And so this will be our fourth. And so it, well, I'll let Lee give some, insight as to what it really is and what it's really about, and you know that stuff. Over to you, Lee.
oh, thank you. Well, yeah, Cruel Immortality. This
Mm,
is set, what, 1940, I think it is.
45.
45, is it?
Yeah,
In
the
a
rationing of sugar had just ended.
set in a retirement home, where you have all the elderly people there looked after by the carers and matron. Um, Steel arrives without Sapphire.
I know.
Um,
I was like, what the hell happened to her?
he has gone missing. And we don't see, well, I was going to say don't see, but we don't hear from Sapphire until well, the last episode, really. Um, yeah,
Correct.
it's it, it's still trying to figure out what's going on with these people in this home. Um, they're being treated badly, covered in bruises, and
I don't know.
um, there is a beast in the property. What the people who's in charge are kept captive and try to torment and hunt. Um, and then we've got matron in charge who knows what's going on. Um, and it's all about aging and not dying because these people are apparently hundreds of years old, but the carers have always been there as well, but they haven't aged. So there's a connection between the carers and the residents. Um, Steele has to find out, but he's sort of becoming strangely drawn to this residential home and sort of being drawn into it as a resident.
Mhm.
So that's the gist of the story. Um, yeah, it's what is it a four-part story? I think it was.
Mhm.
Um, because sometimes you only get two-parters, and this is a four-part one. Um,
Mhm.
Great to see David Warner holding the fort because Susanna Harker and him worked so well together as Sapphire and Steel in audio, but him holding the fort for three episodes until the reveal at the end of the third episode. Um, yeah, it's a trap, and they've been in traps before, as in the TV series. In the last episode of that is a trap, um, and we find out in this how they got out of that trap on the TV series. So yeah, I enjoyed it. It's with the actors in this, they are the elder generation of actors in this to get the feel right.
Mhm.
So yeah, I enjoyed this. So the pacing's great. The storytelling's great. You have the beginning of the episode, the old woman speaking, um, just about life and death and everything like that. And at the end of it as well, you get that as well about going to the grave. And so it was very atmospheric story about life, of immortality, or mortality, or So yeah, I enjoyed it. Back to you, Susan.
Yeah, immortality usually comes with a lot of supernatural stuff.
Yeah.
Things like the Highlander is one of the ones that I think of. they're, they're immortal unless they lose their head.
Mm.
Vampires are immortal if they don't lose their head
Um,
or they get staked by a stake. These guys are immortal so long as the patients in the care home don't figure it out and kill the other part of them, their shadow self. There's
yeah,
two selves.
yeah.
That's the interesting thing in this, is that it's really, in some ways you think that it sounds like the first one of the first beasts in this was Ruby, and then Sapphire basically was took over for that.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, and Steel was getting, like, the first couple episodes, he's like interviewing the people in the rooms, like a police detective. He
Yeah.
really I mean, he's not able to connect with Sapphire, telepathically as usual. That's hard for him, so like pretty much everything that he does, you know, he asks a bunch of questions, and then, if they don't come up with an answer that's right, he repeats the question and comes around with another one. And so he's challenging them to answer truthfully. And a lot of the time, they're not, the reason that he's questioning so hard isn't because they're abused. And that's it's that he wants to know the broken part of time. Okay,
Yeah.
because apparently they were aging normally, they were going through life normally until this day in 1945, just uh a month or two after the end of the sweet rationing. This
Hmm.
one, they were able to have cake, they were able to have sweets, and that was part of it. And then they were able to add sugar to their tea, which was part of it. And after that, the World War II rationing, that was really something spectacular. But they kind of had been doing this, like, oh my gosh, rationing just
Hmm.
ended like 2 months ago, for 500 years. Okay, 500 and change years. I mean, it was a really long ass time that they were in this loop, or reliving the same year, or reliving, or just kind of time just stopped. And you couldn't tell whether or not it was stopped. It wasn't like Groundhog Day. They weren't saying, "Oh yeah, we've relived this thing a million times," and it wasn't like 50 uh 50 first dates. It wasn't like they had amnesia. They remembered the 500 years. It's
Yeah.
just that it made them really tired. And when they would misbehave, which everybody ends up doing, they'd end up in solitary confinement. And
Yeah.
that's just, I mean, that's more in prison than
As
a
it was
care
stated,
home.
yeah, it was stated this is more of a prison as more of than a care home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Precisely. Oh God, it was just horrible. And I mean, as someone who's cared for elderly and cares for folks with disabilities, man, those places already can be shit. And
Mm.
this one was just horrible. And I just felt so bad for these guys. And I felt so bad for Sapphire at the end, you know? When you find out what happened to her, and Ruby, when you find out what happened to her,
Mm.
and when you saw what was happening to Steel as he was getting sucked in. Oh my God, it was horrible. It was just fucking horrible. And if you're being abused and you are one of our watchers and you have issues in the United States, you should call it Disabled Persons Protection Commission and or your elderly circumstantial your elderly commission, your commission on elder affairs, your executive office on elder affairs. Call somebody. Okay. And that's my off the soapbox really quick. And yeah, so carefully Susie walks back into this episode, and yeah, it was really horrifying, and it made my heart beat a million miles a second when I heard this one get tortured and the other person bleed. Oh, the other person was bleeding. What the hell? God. And Matron was just bloody evil. Oh my God. So good horror, good scary,
Yeah.
great stuff. Anyway, go on, Lee. What stuff did you think of?
Well, it was good as it was going along. You found out that it took place sort of straight after Water Like a Stone, which we reviewed not a long
Uh-huh.
ago, where we met Ruby. Ruby's not really mentioned in this till the last episode, as well as with Sapphire. So it's quite
Right?
surprising when Ruby does turn up. Um,
Oh my
but
God.
at the beginning, you know, you find out that Steele refuses to try and get Ruby out of the trap, and walks away from Sapphire, and this is when she disappears. Um, and you find out about what's happened to her, which you know about the beast. Um,
Yeah.
it, and you say you get the elderly people in this suffering from, as you do as you get older, certain people suffer Alzheimer's, and so you're getting the memory loss, but you're always remembering stuff from years ago, like her long lost husband or the guy's army friends and what have been, you know, died in the trenches and stuff like that. And then you say you've got the carers who are connected to these people who stay young because of this agreement they have had with the transients. Now, the transients, if you've ever seen it, Susan, is we sort of meet in the last episode of the TV series where the
Yeah.
traps happen. The transients. It's good to get the transients back into these. Um,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Exactly.
and the matron played so well. So you get the feeling of Nurse Ratchet from Cuckoo's Nest, but also so well played by Louise Baxter. Um, she she is a a Doctor Who actor from what was it called back in the day? Androids of Tara. She appeared in
Yeah.
that back in the day. Um, yeah, great acting. You get the feel of it. And they say then you get Sapphire, you get Ruby, with where it's all coming together, where they're trying to get out the trap, and the way they do it is horrendous. With um, the elderly killing each other.
Oh my God.
Uh,
Oh my God.
the only way to do it to separate the connection, is death.
Yeah.
Um, which amazing writing from Nigel Fairs, and as I say, we've got to give thumbs up to Lisa as well for directing on this.
Yeah.
Because in the on here you don't she's not credited as Ruby or anything on this, so it's a surprise when she turns up. So that's a little bit of a she's back. But yeah,
Yeah.
uh, it was a really well thought out and great sequel to Water Like a Stone. Really, uh, uh, back to you, Susan.
Yeah. And the the short little bit of Ruby's played by Lisa Bowerman,
Mm.
and but the other ones, the ones that we haven't really talked about, Mrs. P, who's one of the older ones, is played by
Muriel.
Muriel Pavlo, and Daphne Oxenford plays
Yeah,
Enid. Ian Burford plays Stanley. And
yeah.
Steve Kindman must have played the the
One of the
Beast,
no, one of the carers were played by Stephen Cameron, Lucy
and Nigel
Gaskell,
Fairs.
Nigel Fairs, and Lisa Bowman.
Okay, and okay, yeah. It was okay. So Nigel Fairs also played one of the carers. Yeah. So oh my gosh, that was just incredible, and the deep voice, the beastie and was, and like that they yeah, that they had to go through all that in that trap, and um such good acting, such good challenge. I mean, yeah, it must have been a challenge to dwell with this within this home. uh anyway, it's kind of gruesome,
Yeah.
and the other thing is the ending was really something horrific. Yeah. And, but the first time you hear them like stab the one and the other one bleeds,
Hmm.
I just that's crazy making and little mind fuckery, and I just thought that was really something. And it does follow uh like water for stone, and I just think that yeah, I agree. It was so intense, and the atmosphere was like, the sound effects were really great, and the music was perfect.
Who did the
Old
music?
the 70s Sapphire and Steel music and then the other stuff sort of melted right into it. And then there was this
Well, Alistair Locke did the
the
music on.
the the song that they were singing, though, that was also really devastating. I've never heard that song. I think
Give the
that
dog a
would
bone.
what?
What was it? The Give the Dog a Bone thing.
Yeah. Is that a British child song?
I don't know, to be honest.
Okay. Anyway, it
It
was
might be.
that was eerie. That was eerie as fuck. I was
Yeah,
just like, ah.
that sort of thing works so well with Sapphire and Steel. You've got to have a creepy song, or I mean, what they did so well on the TV series. You know, this is the house that Jack built, and
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah,
j-
they really nailed that. That was so gruesome. And I was like, dang. And then there was like the when somebody wanted to go AWOL, go like run away from the place, like they just had a way of like closing it down and grabbing the person, bring him back, because you had to have both. You had to have the older one to be you know the life force removed from, and you had to have the other one. And oh my gosh. And so like there were so many different like psychic connections, like dragging life force away,
yeah,
two different kinds of people from one person. First you think one's evil, one's good, then you find out that they're just different facets, different reality parts. I just don't know. It was so good. And yeah. And I think it was well directed. And I
mm.
think that it was yeah, that creepy little song. Now it's just stuck in my head. It's like an earworm. So yeah. So you have anything else, Lee, about it?
No, I say I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the where it was set, because to keep Sapphire and Steel fresh, you've got to set it in different places. You can't always have it in the same environment from like the story before or whatever. You've got to put it somewhere different. That's how they work so well.
Agreed.
But also, you've got to come up with some kind of gimmick about how Tam is breaking through and how it's causing these events. You've got to do
Yeah.
something different every time. So this was quite different. Um, and also nothing to do with it. Well, it is to do with this as well, but I have noticed that Big Finish are now selling the Sapphire and Steel series on download as in collected sets. You know, like series one to whatever on download. Now, if they're doing that, have they sorted out the rights for Sapphire and Steel for more
Yes, they
audio?
have.
They
Yes,
have.
they have.
Cool.
They couldn't even sell the things if they don't have the rights to them sort
Yeah.
of outright.
So hopefully within the next year or two, we're going to get some new Sapphire and Steel audios.
Hmm, I hope so too.
I
That would
know
be
they're going
really,
to. I
really
know they're
great.
going to. They'll mostly recast both
Yeah,
characters.
I downloaded all of series 2 to do these
Yeah.
these explorations of these reviews. I just think that you know um yeah, it's a um they have them on um I have it on my Big Finish app, and so it's really easy to have a listen and stuff, and yeah.
or like me, I'm more physical.
Physical guy,
Which
physical
which big
media
finish
guy.
seem to, which big finish seem to be phasing out, which I'm not happy about.
I know you're not. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but so hopefully they've sorted all that bother about copyright, and we
Yeah,
could. No, I'm not saying we are, but we could get some new.
that would be really cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
good point.
And if Lisa Bellman's watching this one, come on, girl, get your fingers out and let's do it.
Please,
Please.
please, matron.
I know it's going to take a lot to replace David Warner.
Ah, so much. Be-
It's there is actors out there of
Boy,
high caliber standard like him, what could take that part and fly with it. I think.
yes,
Uh,
agreed. Yeah, that's sad. That's true. Yes, all of that. And yeah. So please, Lisa, hook us up and keep hooking us up with great stuff.
yeah,
And if you get the rights to Stargate back to do that, please. And then let's see other ones
tomorrow
that
people. Uh,
Tomorrow People, yeah, that'd be fun. That
uh,
would all be fun. You know what to do and you are good at it. So thanks.
but we
Okay,
are but we are patient.
so we ready for final say and score?
Yes.
Okay, final say and score.
Um. Great atmosphere, great storytelling. The actors make it so believable. Um. Ooh. What difficult one. It's gonna be 10. 10 beasts in the cellar out of 10.
Yeah, yeah. And for me, I will give this 10 cups of strangely modified tea with some new sugar out of 10.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I just think that this was a really good effort, especially for David, completely carrying the whole thing, making it totally gruesome and horrifying. And again, if you're in a care home and people are abusing you, contact your executive office of elder services and make a report. And yeah, as a mandatory reporter, I have to make reports. So yeah, I would definitely have come unglued about this place, especially since Sapphire had aged what near
400 and something years.
400
Yeah.
years. Oh my gosh. And she comes from looking like Susanna Harker and a little bit like Joanna Lumley and disintegrates. That's not fair. Anyway, thanks for watching our podcast. I really appreciate our watchers and like and subscribe to our channel, hit the bell notification. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this, but
Yeah.
all right, ding ding ding. And then also I know. And then also let Lee know if you want to join us. Gotta be 18 or over because some of this shit is really it's 18 plus, gotta be. And and you gotta have a device, a camera, microphone, and Zoom, and we'll meet on at 9 p.m. on a Sunday evening UK time, and we'll record a podcast with you if you wanted to. If you don't, then just do join us on social media. We have Facebook group, and you can follow us on Twitter, X, whatever, and you can enjoy our posts on well, basically Lee's posts on Instagram, because Instagram is the other one. I think that's the only ones that we stay mostly up to date with, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You don't have a MySpace for us anymore, right?
I don't think does anybody have MySpace and Tumblr
This
died
was
years ago.
400 years ago. Oh
Yeah,
my
and
God.
Tumblr died years ago as well. So
And Tumblr is really out. You know, we haven't been back. I haven't been back in a long, long time, even though I used to enjoy that one a lot. And let's see. Yeah. Do tune in where every fortnight we have an audio adventure, but stay tuned this week because we're reviewing Stranger Worlds Star Trek 10-part series, and letting you know that that's coming up too.
yeah.
Thanks for watching.